there is the fear of commitment and or you say the fear of marriage or relationship. And I know that majority of us here, I don't want to start answering for people, but please, can we be sincere? Is there anybody here that is so scared of getting married?
Yes, so.
Hey, away.
Wow.
So the guys are not afraid.
I'm scared of
Why are you scared?
no, I'm just scared. Marriage, the kind of marriage I used to see these days. Too much treatment. It's not even on this. The marriage I'm seeing these days, especially in Nigeria, is somehow. It's as if the ladies used to suffer more. Okay, my PPA the other day, so a guy opened his mouth and was like that. A man has to cheat, but a woman should not cheat. That girl now said in marriage, if the husband cheats, that you have to blame the wife. That is her fault.
According to her story, a lady is just stuck in a relationship because she thinks she does not have an option. She feels like, oh, because this guy is the one providing me everything, he's the man, and I should respect him, whatever he does, I don't have a say as a woman. It was an argument on the page where we're talking about whether a woman should kill herself in a marriage, always work, cook, clean, go to work, still come back and take care of the man. The man does not have anything to do in the house because the woman is the responsibility of the woman. So we are going to clear all of that, but I just want to get the perspective of everybody and why some persons are scared. So we know if it is the same thing, like if this whole problem is bordering on one particular reason. So who else said they are scared of marriage? Viv. Augusta.
Augusta.
No, Augusta.
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 Everybody says you.
Augusta.
I'll say it's small issue, but when you like gather everything together, it's actually a big issue. Like first of all, the issue of commitment, and also getting into a wrong relationship or marriage. Because most times I find out that some people actually do pretend at the beginning. They seem to be what they are not actually. They tend to be maybe caring. They'll be there for you, giving you advice and stuff like that as a girl. And you'll be like, oh, okay, this person is actually the right person for me. Then getting into the marriage, you start seeing some changes. Let's say for example now, a guy that you'll be like, don't worry, I can cook for you, I'll cook for you, stuff like that. And when you're married, you'll be like, where's my food? Stuff like that. Babe, I'm really tired. I'm just coming back from the office. And maybe it's even at home. Like you didn't prepare anything. Are you stupid? Am I your wife? Why will I prepare food for you? And maybe back then in a relationship, you'll be the one to, babe, don't worry, relax. I'll prepare food for you. Stuff, little things like that. And also, like some people, they know how to like hide their temper. When you're with them, even when you offend them, they'll be like, sorry, nah, you see the verse. But when you are married to them, maybe that little thing you do to them before that, you take it as play. He will just flare up and be like, are you stupid? Don't you know I'm your husband? Stuff like that at the beginning. When you get married, you start seeing the little changes. And also commitment too. He might, I don't know, I know the day you start seeing him maybe hiding his phone. There are some things he does and you be like, but you were not like this before. And there is what they'll say, you don't expect me to be like that forever. So I don't. That's why I said there are some little things, but when you like estimate everything, it becomes actually a big deal.
Now let's go to the next person. Viv.
Okay.
I don't know, but seriously, in general, I'm really scared of marriage because temper issues. So I be this kind of person. If you slap me, I go wrong. I know they for come fight man. I go wrong. So secondly is trust. It's very hard to trust someone, irrespective of how many years you guys have stayed and everything. It's not just, and especially when maybe you trusted someone like at 100% rate and you find out that the person has an error. The trust just drastically reduces to a very poor state, and in as much as you can't keep it up again, the relationship starts breaking down. So me now, I don't want to marry wrongly. I don't want to get into marriage and then start finding out that my partner does cheat and every other little thing. Like I'm scared of people, but I'm not scared of relationship where everybody can run at any time.
Trust issue. It's a problem. Trust and temper. How do you control your temperament when you get into a relationship? And then are you this kind of person that, yes, we are humans, we get angry, we feel offended, and want to actually express ourselves. When you do things that are really very offensive to your partner, do you come to this person and try to explain and also apologize for the wrong you've done? Or you just say, well, it's normal, I have temperament, I have bad temper, you should understand, you should know that this is who I am. So I don't believe in this is who I am, I can't change, this is my nature. Because we say that a lot, it's just in my nature to get angry, talk to people like this. No, it's not in your nature. Not everybody can actually tolerate that. So even if it's in your nature, if you're in a relationship, that's where compromise comes into play, right? So you feel like you always get angry, you don't know how to control it. But now you want to fall in love with somebody, or I'm in love with somebody, and this is something I should work on, so my relationship can actually last. So Vivian is scared of maybe her temperament or the temperament of whoever she's going to get into a relationship with. And then she also has trust issue. People lie a lot, and pretense was what she told us. Like, people pretend, and then lies and pretense, they are brothers and sisters. So if you're not going to be able to endure the whole lies and pretense, that's where you start falling out and falling off of the relationship.
I don't think there's sense to be scared of. It's my personal opinion. I don't know, I think depending on what you are going into it for, do you understand? Like, normally in a relationship, you know what you want, right? And you know the type of guys that are coming your way. And you know the particular one that, okay, you like, and that's the thing you want, right? So when you're going to marriage, there's something that you usually want to do for marriage, apart from the person has to be financially stable and everything. Now we have maybe companionship, maybe called the way he talks to me, called the way he spends on me, different things. Now I believe marriage is friendship, it's everything. Do you understand? So there is no need to be scared going to something that's going to like complete you. You should not be scared. You should not be able to. Once you are scared, definitely make mistakes. So the best thing, just go into it. Because there's some people that are so careful, even relationship advisors, people that preach about marriages, their marriages are failing. So I don't think nobody has the handbook to marriage. So the best thing, just go into it. If you are happy with a particular person, you like the person and everything, then just give it a chance. Forget about your fears and everything, and watch how it pans out. So I don't have any fear towards marriage. It's something good and I want to experience.
Woo! Wants to propose to you right now. Are you ready? Okay, but sincerely,
you know this give it a try, go into it has actually caused a lot of problems, including death to the part of the woman. Let's say there are some qualities the man actually have, like he's caring, he does this, he does that, but he has anger issue, he beats me, but because I can manage, at the end of the day she dies because of the man domestic violence. You have that a lot. Or someone like the man is this, the man is that, the man is this, but he's very stingy, he doesn't spend, he doesn't care for me. And at the end of the day, you start looking. There are some men too, they are stingy and they don't want you to work. They'll be like, I'll take care of you, I have money, take care of my children. But when you ask for money, they'll be like, you're liability. What do you do at that point? Because he has this quality, let's give it a try. And in Nigeria, when you're a divorcee, there's this tag. It's not like in outside the country you can decide to, I try with this, doesn't work, I enter this one. But when you try it in Nigeria, they say it's the lady that has issue. They won't say it's actually because you have this tag of anything wrong, either training your children. If I'm being a woman, if you don't do it well, you are wrong. The child is a thief or this, the woman is wrong. The husband is poor, the woman is not supporting, the woman is wrong. The husband is this, the woman is not supporting. They don't, I don't know, it's like it's one-sided when it comes to Nigeria. So there are some things you don't just say, let me try. Because you have to consider your, how will I put it now? Your, this is geography now. Your, the side you are. If it's outside the country, you can decide to marry today. It doesn't work. Hello, and the man be like, okay, don't worry. That's it. But Nigeria here, the first husband, the third one, even if he's pressing your neck at night, you won't even think of divorce. You'll be like, if I do this, won't people think of me? So most times it's not just about let me just try. Sometimes there's some, I'm not saying getting married is wrong, but there are some actually single ladies that are actually more you said?
Thriving better.
Better than, I'm not saying marriage is a very beautiful thing. I would want to get married and have children. But I won't say because I want to get married and have children, I should marry the wrong person. So I won't just say, let me just try. There are some
The truth is, life is a stage, like a cinema or a theater. So we are actors and actresses. So the person who performs the best could actually beat whoever in our society. That's how we survive. So if you're able to act very well your role or your script as an individual, whether you're pretending, that's why I usually would tell people there's something about Christianity or religion. Even if you don't love God or you don't know how to do all those, you're not a prayerful person. But because your friends are praying and you're in a space, let's take the NCCF place or wherever, in a place where you have religious people, they are always praying. And then you decide to always pray every day. Let me join this people to be praying. Like that. You're pretending to pray, not because you want to. When you leave that environment, you can stick to that format of always praying in the morning because you were where they were always praying. So that's how life is. So if you have people around you who are behaving in a way that maybe you want to emulate, you can actually stick to it. And if you're able to control that script, you can stick to it till the end. But where you're not able to stick to whatever performance, that's where the problem starts.
There's so many things in this side of the world that when you do as a lady, it's strange. Like for example, now I like this brother. I can't just walk up to him and say I like you. I'll have to wait and give him signals and different things for him to come and tell me he likes me. Do you
No,
get
but
it?
I think it's personality.
Shoot your shot.
Because I know myself that if I like, I'm okay. Let me make it personal. So I'm one person that if I love somebody, I love you and I know I will love you. Like everything I want in a man, you have it. I stick to the person I love and I'm one person I don't care about whoever is around me.
Can you
Every
walk
other
up to the
person.
person and say
I can
love
actually.
you?
I can.
Really?
I can actually. But the thing I know, yeah, I can walk up to you and tell you that I love you. If I really love you that much. But if I don't and I'm not sure of it, I can't make that mistake. And if I love someone, if I have 200 guys in a space telling me that they love me, or telling me, giving me all those signals that the other guy was supposed to give to me, I don't care. I don't love you. It doesn't move me. So it's just you just speaking trash. You can't motivate me no matter what you present to me. So even if I have a problem getting that right person or ideal guy that I want, because that's the person I want. If it doesn't work out, fine. You don't want me, no wahala. But this is who I want. But he doesn't want me. But
if it's in marriage, it's not just the man and the woman alone. Sometimes it extends to the family. Maybe the man doesn't have any issue with cooking, but the mom will come one day and be like, so my son is the one cooking for you. There are so many things attached to marriage. So most times, at the end of the day, it's just God.
Me, I want to go back to Google's conversation. Google made a lot of points. See, we are here to talk about gamophobia, why we are scared of marriage, and why a lot of people are scared of marriage. But me, I'm not here to dispute the fact that marriage is not beautiful or marriage is beautiful. I'm not here to say marriage is not beautiful. Because I know I have my parents, and then the whole thing is the environment where you grew up, or the people around you, or the stories that you've heard or seen. Most people must have witnessed bad marriages or broken relationships and terrible relationships, and they are like, no, this is not what I want. I don't want to get into this. But we still have people who have like good stories or things that are really presentable that we can actually accept and say, okay, this is an ideal marriage. We can manage this, or we can accept this in marriage. Do you get? So I'm not here to argue against marriage, whether they have whether it's sweet or not. Point you need to notice that love is not the center of marriage or relationship. I don't even make any point. I feel commitment is the main thing here. So if you can love me and you're not committed to me, and then that's a problem. Commitment is where in the point where you now start seeing all the errors in a person, but then because you're committed to this person, you want to see that, oh, this person changes into what I actually want. I know you guys have a way of fixing it, but I believe you're not talking too much because the guys are looking at me. So, doctor, the way you're looking at me, I want to say something. Yeah.
What's about Augusta?
Augusta.
Sir?
You have something
No,
to say.
no, not like I'm talking directly to you. It's just most of the points you made. I understand what society does to girls, female folk. I understand the dynamics of it. But I think that gone are the days where one particular gender can play the victim all the time. In the aspect of marriage, like people can go about saying men are scum, and stuff like that. But scum is not gender specific. One. The thing is this: you said that someone made the point, said men usually know what they want. They usually choose what they want. I think that most of the time, most men know what they want. and are intentional about what they want. But I hardly ever see women being as intentional. Yes, they're the ones who complain more. Women are just not intentional. Like they are not always intentional. They are not intentional. They don't make active intentional choices. And sometimes I find myself wondering what women want, what they really want most of the time. And I know you will say, yeah, what do men want and stuff. But I can pick one of you ladies here, to tell me what you want in a man. You list a lot of things. And you would see the guy, you would see once in a while you see a guy that has most of that or all of that. Not all of that, nobody can have all, but most of that. But the guy is only good enough to be your friend. And if that kind of guy were to want you, were to ask you, were to propose to you, you would most ladies always want someone like that. Someone who has everything they said they want, but just as a friend, mostly as a companion, just like that. So when it now comes to being in a relationship, choosing a man they want to marry, they choose someone who is just totally different. So the whole idea of your spec doesn't really come in. But then when something happens, you complain, you made mistakes. But most times for most men, when you look at who they marry, like if there was no influence of family, if you look at who they choose, you will see that they choose exactly who they wanted. You will say sometimes you say men are shallow. They look for physical qualities. She's busty, she has asked something like that. But if you look more, you just notice that man chose who they wanted. And men scared of marriage, yes, I will tell you, like many men are scared of marriage, probably more scared. Most men are in marriage, most men are attempting commitment for the first time. Most men have treated in relationships all through their lives. They are just attempting the thing called commitment for the first time in their life. I know that maybe sometimes women that are willing and ready to give commitment more in relationships, in pre-marriage relationships. But women just they don't make choices and stick by it. They don't come up with this. People can make a list of what you want and just not stick by it.
Let's be sincere. It's the case for majority. I know a lot of people. Guys even complain about it every time you're friend zoning a guy, you're friend zoning a guy. If you don't friend zone, you say na your church boy. Look for one thing, one tag, and give you it. And that is the truth. And because of that, we don't get to be intentional about our relationship. The next guy that comes to you because you feel you don't have an option, you just go for the guy because maybe he has the money, maybe he's showing you the other things, but he's not there to see you in your weakest times. He's not there to witness those temperaments or all those other things that other person must have seen, that you felt like this is the kind of ideal person that I want. He has seen me through these times, and then he has actually helped me go through this moment. So I think we should start being intentional as ladies. It's not about, it's basically, this thing is not about equality. We still trash that thing, but it's not about being equal or not being equal in a relationship, having a say as a lady or not. But we have to be intentional when we are making a decision. If you like a guy and you think this is the guy you want, you guys are having issues in your relationship, and you know this is someone you want, keep the pride aside. Just keep it somewhere, especially when you know you are at fault. Or not, I know that sometimes the guy is at fault, but not you coming to always, I don't know, sweep yourself under a carpet because you want a relationship by all means. But if you know you're at fault, please take your pride, keep it to one side. Just drop it and then fix your relationship, and that's your commitment and compromise comes into play.
Okay. Doctor just sounded like the regular Nigerian guy. That sounded like, so because I said I have a side guy. So because of this, he said that if ladies will see an ideal guy in someone that will friend zone the person. So because I friend zone, I don't understand. It's what I want. The person I choose, I know why I chose the person. So I friend zoned you the way you put it, I know why I friend zoned you. The person I chose is the person I want. So you don't have to use it against me.
No, the point is about intentionality. The point is about whether you guys, you guys.
I understand, but are you sure, most times, are you absolutely sure that you know why you're choosing who you're choosing?
Me, I'm talking for myself, yes.
Are you absolutely sure?
Okay, now, doctor, can I ask you a
Yes,
question?
What he's saying is
but I
that
don't want now.
most of the
Can I
time
ask
that
a
decision
personal
may not be based on logic. That's what he's saying. Like it may not be a logical decision to
Yes,
take
yes,
that
it's
thing.
not always,
Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
always logical.
People wait.
Girls do.
No, first
I
of all,
think
nobody's
so.
perfect.
In case you think I'm
So even your
friend-zoning
ideal
you,
guy is not perfect.
I'm
When you
not
find him, he may still have some flaws. So even if you find that one person as a friend, and then you think he has everything you want in a person, and then the only problem is that he's fair. Is there something you can do? Can you not decide that okay, now only color, now only say you fair? Can I manage the fact that you're fair? Can you compromise?
Why are you controlling the person? See, I have a lot of guys in my circle, and what they do is they're comfortable with you. They like you. They give you all the vibes. They do everything. They're all caring. They're available. Blah blah blah. But they never say it. I mean, that school of thoughts. If you don't say it, you have not said it. If you like, give me the vibes. If you like, do everything you want to do. I don't assume. Because sometimes when you not try to reciprocate, it's like, I didn't say anything. I mean, we are just friends. I just that short. So I mean, that's cool that, see, if you like show me all the care, do everything you want to do, and you don't say it, I don't assume. So a lot of girls don't want to be in that shop, or they don't want to be seen as maybe you're the one bringing up the whole idea. Let him make the moves, let him say it. So guys should move out from that comfort zone of just being okay, being around their female friends. You're there for her, when she's crying, you're there. But you've never even asked to get, okay, I'm interested in you, I like you, you don't do that. I do not think she should get the message, she should get the vibes. No.
But let's assume you've gotten the vibe that you understand the message. Everything
And
is
what
cool.
if he doesn't have it at heart? What if he doesn't have it at
well,
heart?
maybe that's just
See,
what
sometimes girls are sometimes guys are caring. They can be all there for you, but they don't have you at heart. Like if it's not you, they want.
Okay, the guy does not want you, or
Yeah,
you know that
like
he
he's
does
giving
not
you
want
all the
You can't say, you can't say. People should learn to speak out. That's my own point of view.
Yeah, see,
You
I
should
think we're
learn to
making a
speak
big,
out.
I think we're making a big mistake here. Like we are tagging this friendship of the thing as the wrong thing, and I feel we're being wrong. And I see friendship as the major, how do I put it? The apex of marriage. Without friendship, marriage cannot work. And me, I for one, I cannot date any girl that's not my friend. I know what I want. So when I'm being your friend, I actually like you. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to know who you are. I'm trying to know if I can compromise on certain things. So if I'm being your friend, there's some girls you just know. Okay, this one I don't know my friend, but there's a way I get to you. Know that this guy is onto something. Yeah, but me, I can't be with any girl. I can't date any girl that's not my friend. That's who I am. Because actually, I see Elijah go at times. Like I'm already aiming something big. So let me be your friend. Let me know you. Let me just keep every other thing aside, a hand. So with the way all of us we are saying things now, we are like seeing this friend zone and friendship as something that's bad. Like it's not bad now. It's not bad to know somebody. And as a guy, we should be strong. We should expect anything. If well, yes, now as a guy, man, you have to be strong. Like that's why as a guy, you should be, at least before you start looking forward for a relationship, you should be financially stable, so that you know, okay. If at the end a girl that you're bringing, a girl that you call your friend and you're actually aiming to date, finally she say, "Oh, more, I don't like you." You be around and you go ahead. As for me, okay, sorry.
Means when you progress from just being acquaintances to being very good friends, we discuss these things, right?
Yeah.
We let her know.
Of
That's
course.
my point.
Okay.
There should be a point where you express your feelings, where you communicate what you guys want to take this relationship to the next level, or we are just there. Most people don't communicate. They just assume that you should catch the vibes, and that's my problem.
And the person sees you as someone that is goal-oriented, career-oriented, and you don't have time for a relationship. It's not like you don't have time, but you've never said anything about relationship. He's liking you, but he has not said it because he's afraid of losing the relationship because he does not know what to say to you that may hurt you. Do you get? As a lady, you understand vibes, you understand flags. So when you notice that this guy, he has been going the extra and he has been doing things that you must have seen as the whole relationship thing, you won't really try, but you know, as someone take out that. Do you think it is right for you as a lady to go off and tell him, okay, if you like him actually and you think you want the relationship, can you go and then express how you feel about the guy? Because it's your fault and you're reasonable, you understand that he can't talk to you because you've presented all those things to him. So what do you do as a lady? The guy can't talk to you because you're giving him that.
We should man up and
No,
tell me.
it's not his fault.
Tell me.
You have
You
pride,
start
man.
She has pride, right?
Wait, let me ask the guy. How would you feel if a lady walk up to you and make just would you how do you feel if a lady made the move?
Audible, please.
Okay. You actually
Are they single?
so I was like, I like
I can't hear you.
so just tell her I'm not interested. She get so later I now saw this girl. This girl is not like pretty fine. You get that level. So I was not like how will I want to do this like this? You get. So I now woke up to her. I told her that I was sorry for the thing that happened that time. So she was telling me that boy he don't move on. She get. So from that time I just think like okay, this guy actually likes me, get. So I will just accept her, okay, and see if I can at least okay, let me just give it a try. If I can a trial, get, if I can do this, get. So I think it's fine. So I can take it. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. So he feels like it's okay for you to actually date someone.
The truth is, whether you like it or not, society has a lot of comforts that we just have to fit in. We are a component of two things: your genes and environment. Take it or leave it. So there are so many things that society has posed on. Okay, society made you to maybe wear a dress to this place. Some people want to choose to be naked. But why did you choose to dress yourself? There's an expectation, right? So society has brought this expectation that okay, it should be the man that does the chase. I'm not saying the whole what's it called now, current trend where women go tell the man they like them is not there. People still do it, but there is still this form of eyebrows that are raised like what's that? So you will just be lucky if the man also at that point is willing to vibe with you. So what happens where you as a lady you go meet the man and the man is telling you, no, how would you feel? Just ask yourself those questions. So I think most times we are taught to just maybe make ourselves available, present yourself to be maybe in the light where he will not walk up to you. Do you get? I feel whether you like it or not, men always like to be the one chasing. They like to be the one chasing. But there are still men who don't mind that women will walk up to them, tell them they like them, and they will like the woman with them. So, but I think most times they like to. I don't know, I'm just saying.
I think that like I like what you said about like progressing from friendship. Personally, I would really love to marry my friend, someone I've known very well. And if there's anything that stays in my mind, is marrying somebody, marrying a stranger. It's meeting somebody for a couple of days. You think you know them, like she said, you think you know them, and you find out you don't marry a stranger. I think most times I feel that way. That's where girls always complaining. The guys did this domestic violence in marriage. The guy used to be the one with dating, and so. But I would just like to see maybe take more responsibility when it comes to their love lives. I feel like we are past where guys are to blame for a lot of things, where guys make a lot of mistakes. I just think we are past that. I would just like to see females take more responsibility. Be intentional about what you want and make that particular choice. She said, guys always sweet talk. Guys know what to say. Guys know what to say because women like what they hear. Yeah. So, I mean, you can you're meant to see these things and make a choice of what you want. So, I just hear, I hear girls say a lot of things. And sometimes, just don't always sound very pretty.
Doc, I think we should make it very simple. So we are going to ask ourselves. Now I'm going to start with whoever we're going to start with. So you tell me what you want in your ideal partner. Because that's how we'll know where this problem is coming from. So yes, why is smiling, Arion? So we're going to solve this problem. And then we start with the person who said friendship is something like very important. Lily, you know now, turn the camera. Boss.
My ideal partner.
Yeah.
Audible, please.
Please, loud.
This question is very big. Okay.
See, you're not even ready for your ideal partner.
Who is your girlfriend?
You don't even know who you want. Let's start.
I'm thinking now.
Hey, you see,
Let me back to pass me. Wait.
It's from the
I
guy.
actually
Some
know
those
what I want,
actually
but
ready to marry.
Yes.
No.
No.
my,
The reason is we want to solve a
Friendship
problem.
comes
Not
first
people
now.
are scared of marriage, and then we got to the point of not understanding
Okay.
your partner, not being intentional and all of that. So we want to understand intentionality. What do you want in a girl? The girl you want to get married to, the girl you want to
like
spend your
this is like a
life
personal
with.
question. Abi.
Like I said, I wanted to go
Okay.
personal. So
My deep partner should
don't tell me anything. Talk
should be
about
understanding. I'm a very quiet person. I don't open up until I actually know the person I'm talking to. So my deep partner should be very open. Should be the loud one. Yeah, she should be open, should be loud, because two quiet people cannot blend. So she should be okay, and she should be fine now. Nice body, everything, I gotta be.
What about she does not have
open, understanding. Because I feel understanding solve everything, because you cannot see anybody that is perfect. There'll be some command and some other stuff. So
now let me tackle your problem.
Okay.
Do you have an ideal partner already?
no.
Now see, have you tried relationship? Sorry, I'm going personal, but I really want us to get to your point. You've been in a relationship before, or you're in a relationship.
I was in relationship when I was in school.
Okay. And you had issues and then you broke up, right?
Not issues. I think it's very personal. Let me
Okay,
leave that.
let's just say something happened, but you guys didn't
Okay, yeah.
continue.
But not
Now you were talking about understanding, you talked about being open and loud, and then you talked about being fine.
yeah.
Are you understanding?
Me, I'm very understanding.
You're very
Yeah.
understanding. Now, being open and loud, why are you not open? Why are you not loud? But then you expect the other person to be
Okay.
loud and open.
Okay.
No, there's nothing like compliment anything. Because there'll
Actually-
be a point where the person will
Okay,
get
yeah.
tired of being loud and being open. And then the person expects you to be open and loud. How do you now? That's where the compromise comes.
On the menu, be caring, be humble. And yes, so I deserve the best. And
Senator, why?
caring entails many things. You understand? So I'll just highlight some utilities. It has to be caring, understanding, God fearing, responsible. Because my parent is not responsible for my house. My father is going to drive me back. Those are like the basic things.
These are the things Augusta wants in a man. Nobody said anything about love, right? Now she's not giving me.
Okay, she said
she's
you only
not backing
asked
it
few
up
people.
that, if love no, they're not going to want
We
to
don't go
start.
start now.
But I'm trying to make a point. It simply shows that love is not enough.
Okay.
Love is just not enough.
Just will not be like that.
You get so there's more. That's why people say, when people say, I just need a guy that loves me. And then later, 2 weeks into the relationship, you're not like, I need a guy that is playful. I need a guy that is God fearing. I need a guy that is so understanding and respectful. Why did you not talk about these things when you wanted to start a relationship? The love been a chatty for him. You say relationship day that is saying I only love. So you're like, the guy loves me, he does this, he bought me this. And then suddenly now you need respect because you can't find it. You need understanding because you can't find it. And then you need someone that is God fearing because he's not God fearing. And that's where the problem starts from. Are you scared of getting married?
I'm scared of marrying the wrong person.
You're scared of marrying the wrong person.
Because I know that it's not by your efforts, not by your enlightenment, it's not by your church holiness,
Yeah.
it's not by how much you buy, it's not by anything. Happiness.
So invariably,
I know good people who don't even deserve to have their name in the same sentence with certain people. I know terrible people that I'm married to. So that's just me because I know that there's nothing I can do to avoid.
right?
It's just believe and faith that to pan out where I want because if you everybody should have because anytime she can be fun and start seeing what you love about. That's the only thing I have. If not married, I've seen people that actually really married right now, and it's basically anybody's dream because they are happy and it's good.
Okay, I get your point. So we get into a relationship, we think we know everything about the person and about the relationship, and then just into the relationship we start seeing new things. So it's not like you're scared of marriage, you're just scared of getting into a relationship with someone that is wrong for you. I get your point. I think that explains a lot, yeah, because now it's not about marriage. Marriage is not a bad thing. Marriage, the institution is not wrong. So people who are into that whatever union, that relationship, they are the ones that are causing the issue. So when people say marriage is not the problem. People are the problem. Individuals are the problem. So should I say after this now that I want to get married? Am I ready for it? Can you all now say that you want to get married because now marriage is not the problem, but people are the problem? I don't know if you're getting my point. No, not now. Anytime, I don't know. But whenever you want to get married, but do you want to get married? Yes, you want to get married. Second, now that we have gotten to the point where we said that marriage is not the issue, individuals are the issue. Once you find the right person, you can actually survive in the marriage. You get married. So you will. So everybody wants to get the right person will get married, right? So marriage is not a problem.
So why is it about he wants to get the right person? Why is it not why he wants to become the right person?
Yeah, somebody can find you as the right person for him
Are you
now.
the right person for that person? Are you the right person?
And that's a problem. Is your spec is a problem. That's the thing.
Maris getting confused.
Oh, that's the problem actually. So I found my spec, or mommy, I found my spec. Now my spec does not want me. How do we solve this problem? We will not be people broken like I don't know. We're just broken in a world where people are confused, just moving like that. Because I have my spec, and my spec is maybe Aaron, and then Aaron wants Augusta. How do we solve the problem? We'll all not get married. We'll all be scared because now I want my spec. My spec is with somebody else. I don't want Michael. I don't want Gideon. I don't want him. So how do we solve this problem? Now the problem is beyond marriage. The problem is beyond finding the right person. Now the problem is when we find the right person, is the person ready for us?
I don't know if I'll debate it, but let me go for this. You need to trace in medicine. If you want to treat a disease, it's not just about treating the symptoms. Some of us just have fear. Fear is just a symptom of an underlying cause. So you need to get down to the root cause. Why are you scared? You should be asking. So until you know why and you treat the why, you won't get a solution. So even if you think that okay, you're scared of getting married to a wrong person, right? Why are you scared of getting married to a wrong person? Does it mean that you are not ready to make things right for yourself? Because the truth is, most times we expect a lot from people and we don't work on ourselves. We use up our own selves. So by the time we get to meet those people that we like, we're not even ready for them too. So at the end, it doesn't click and it's as if there is no right person out there. There are right people everywhere, like mindsets. If you begin to work, like you said, women are not intentional, even though I have some things to say against that. If you know what you really want and you work with what you want, there will be people who will meet with what you want. Most times you don't know what you want. Most times you're just floating, waiting for one person, one Mr. This to just take you just like that. You must be intentional about what you want, how you want it, and how you think you can achieve it, and keep working in that direction. Somebody who fits into that vision, into that plan, will surely, there are plenty. That's the truth. Yeah. So I think we should trace our causes. Why are you scared? Ask yourself those personal questions. Why am I scared? Trace it. For some persons, it's their background. There are people who are raised in unlovable homes. All they've seen is crisis, all they've seen is quarrels. So they just feel like, I'm not sure I can have a good goal because this is what I've been seeing. You get. For some persons, it's their personal problem, personal insecurities. You just have those negative feelings that you just cannot get it right. And when it comes to marriage, it means you have to let go of certain things. See, it's not just about you. You're now two different people from two different backgrounds, two different trainings. So like everything is just different. So how do I want to go out and if I want to come to this hangout and someone is telling me that I don't think you should go. Fights don't start. Do you understand? So you have to let go of certain things if you really want to get that commitment, if you want to have something right. So for me, it was letting go of my freedom that was my major issue. I was that person who was always wanting to be right, like I want to prove a point and this and that, until I learned how to let go, compromise, reason together. Now when I started getting my freedom. So what I want to just say in some ways, trace your course. Once you trace why you're scared of getting married, you'll never solve it. So you just be talking afloat, saying plenty things, blah blah blah, you will not.
Another thing is we have lost faith in the sanctity of marriage. And that's just like I don't know if I should call it the underlying, like you've lost faith because you go online, you go to the internet and you're seeing a lot of things. You come to social media, everything they are saying about marriage is just wrong. And in society where young people like us, we think that the social media is where we get all our information. That's where the training comes from. It's going to be hard for us to now start picking whether or not we want to stay in a relationship or in a marriage. Because social media is now, is it social? Why am I sounding like I'm saying something? It's now the problem. Because your role model online, they fight with her husband. Tomorrow you just see Omutala or Genevieve. No, those Genevieve are this no their husband. Who is married? Messi Johnson. Yes, their story is the latest. You just suddenly you come up, this person, I love these people, this couple, my couple go. Tomorrow they don't blast and give you. And you're like, no, now this thing I want to. So I think we should start owning our own, like our love life should be personal. You should not allow anybody determine what you should. I don't know how to say it, but people should not decide the kind of life you want to live. Even your parents should not tell you how to love your husband or how to love your wife. Yes, you have an ideal family or your marriage, your parents' marriage, they are so good and you think it's the best. You should not decide what you want for yourself. Be intentional about what you want.
I know we've been talking about so many things, so many qualities and all of that, but I think there's an aspect that we law have kind of omitted, and he made mention of something. Now, I want us to get to the root of it all. I didn't want to talk initially because I know my own opinion might be somehow weird. Now, I believe in us, I believe in getting to the roots of every issue or every challenge in life. Now, if we are talking about marriage is an institution. Now, we need to ask ourselves this question: who originated marriage? Now, the social media and in fact the society as a whole has kind of shown us several things that are not the real thing when it comes to marriage, just like what she has said. But I think if we really want to get it right, I think we should just get down to the root of it. Say if you want to treat a disease, you have to find what's the cause. What's causing this particular disease? Then you begin to tackle it from there. Now the truth is that God is the one that originated marriage. And several of us, we go into relationships without even kind of involving him in a way. We list out some of these qualities. I want somebody that is this, I want somebody that is that. And the truth is that nobody knows the heart of a man as God. That's the truth. Now, it's true that we have some of these qualities listed as, but sometimes people pretend. And people can talk you into something, and only for you to get into it, to discover that, this person is totally different. So that's why it's good that we involve God. And I want us to note that there is no perfect marriage. It's just like two imperfect people coming together and trying to make things work. That is why we talk about compromise and commitment. A marriage is all about commitment, because the time will come where you no longer find that person so attractive as he or she was when you met them. So it's all about commitment, and it's all about trying to, you just keep forgiving, and nobody's above mistakes. Nobody's above this. So we just need to get some of these things. And again, I want to point out that the issue of marriage is more spiritual in a way than physical. I have a friend of mine. The father is a bishop in quotes. But then we hear this girl talk. You wondering, is this man not a man of God? The man doesn't have a kind of a good relationship both with the wife and the children. And again, lastly, why do we go into marriage, or why do you want to marry? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why do you want to marry? Do you want to marry because of sex? Actually, you can get sex from anybody, right? So we need to know, why is this thing called marriage into existence? I think by the time we answer some of these questions, it will help us to get it right, even in our relationships and when we get married.
I agree with everything that they say. But I have this to add. Every relationship, most relationships fail because they lack communication. If you don't communicate, even at the friendship level, you can't, there's no way you'll be able to initiate that when you get married. That's where the main issue comes from. And most people, and if your partner is not your friend, that's why you see people that claim they're in love, they have besties. Your partner is supposed to be that bestie, not someone outside that will come and cause confusion and all that. So the major thing there, apart from all the butterflies, feelings, you should be able to communicate. And talking about communication, there are also ways you communicate. Like there's a peaceful way of communication, a loving way of communicating to your partner. Instead of maybe since you are strangers and you get married, you discovered he
Defending that.
maybe your husband now, you discover he goes to toilet and he doesn't flush. Maybe he goes to pee and he leaves it like that. You can communicate it to him like, hey, you forgot to flush, you just left the colors all over the napkin like that. But some ladies will not know how to communicate this. They'll be like, see everyone is smelling. And you know, grown up, you're supposed to know this kind of nagging attitude. That's what causes issues, most issues. So effective communication to me is very important for any relationship to thrive. Thank you.
Growing up, I can remember being 7, my mom was complaining. Flush toilet now. Being 10, the same complaint. Being 15, the same complaint. Year after year, quietly. Because this thing called nagging doesn't just start from you. It starts slowly from nice, flush toilet now. It doesn't happen. Then at some point, the person is not an animal or it's not a robot that is just programmed to flush toilet, flush. At some point, because you are human, you react. And that is when you say the person is nagging. What will you do if this your kind communication doesn't work?
What you don't tackle from the scratch is difficult to tackle it later. Like you said, after having years of marriage, he kept on and it led to her being aggravated to talk about it and that. Okay, let me tell you a story of she's a nurse and also a pastor. She talked about her husband has runny nose. Once there's cold, she's ready for it. Once he eats, she's ready for it. And before, he was this kind of person that once he starts, he just uses his shirt or he uses his hand, and she was irritated. What did she do from their courtship time? She bought handkerchiefs, and kept it at strategic areas in the house. And when she noticed his system is changing, she now signals him with her eyes, and he knows that there's a hanky close to him, and he picks it up and he blows. So if you discover your partner is that type that doesn't flush the toilet, for instance, you can make sure the water is always there.
There's always water, running water. It's just to clean your hands, basically.
Yes, I'm talking about from the early stage before the thing will mature to that stubborn.
There's
Then
no
you like, babe, there are ways you can even with signs and make sure you are effective with it.
So what I do, I pick my stick paper and I write, please wash your plate after eating. I stayed with my brother in school and my brother got used to me and he started living like me, behaving like me. I arranged my boss to stand up. My own is that bad. Once you stand up from the bed, I want to arrange it. So you put it to right now, and when the person gets to the kitchen, they're about keeping the plate, they turn, they sit. It's just normal. The person will wash the plate. But if that person starts ignoring that one, that's where you know the problem is beyond understand. Like the person, I don't know. No, that's a different thing. The person is not, I don't know. I don't
Or
say
you can
anything.
take it upon yourself
So-
to do it. Like for me, I growing up with my siblings, I was not always at home. So I only go home mainly for vacations, and it's always December. So imagine how many years of my life they only see me in December. But when I got home, I discovered, okay, the pump stopped, it's spoiled. So we have to go to the well to fetch water. And everywhere was smelling.
So after I washed the bathroom, I put it upon myself to convert one of the buckets, this paint bucket, the big size. I fetch water to the bathroom, and after every use, maybe even if someone uses it and I perceive anything, as the person is coming out, I'm going in to flush. So through that act alone, they got used to it. Right now, if you go to the house, you won't enter the bathroom and not find water there because I started it myself and they got used to it.
Okay, but I think I've been in the midst of people that whether you come and you see the plate, you wash. Tomorrow you come, you wash.
Some get
They don't get used to it. Like some people don't get used to it. So I don't know.
Let me
When you
say
find
that's
yourself in
when-
that kind of marriage, you just understand this is
That's when
this
you
is
do
your
it and you
cross.
communicate with your
Yeah,
partner. You
that's
do
your
it
cross.
and you
Just-
communicate.
I don't know.
I think
It's not a cross,
have
Abby.
different perspectives. It's not just about cross. The truth is, we are all different. There are some traits that you will not change until you get that clear that not everything is changeable. Some things can only be modified, and some things are only modifiable. You have to know it, and that's where tolerance comes in. You just have to. You just have to make up your mind over certain things. There's one. I think there's one saying: if you cannot avoid something, you just have to afford it. That's when you have to tolerate certain things. If you think everything about the partner can be changed, you're lying. Someone who you were not the mother, you were not the father and father will not change. And all of a sudden you think because you've been talking, you've done this, you've done that, you might at some point just create that tolerance for yourself and let peace reign. The person is not bad, the person will have his own strengths. That's just one of his weaknesses. We all have our weaknesses, we have our strengths. So
Somebody that you know to an extent. At least you know that, okay, this particular person, there is someone that he respects so much. So that when you begin to have issues in your home or in your marriage, if you discuss with him and he's saying, oh, no, I don't want you to take this outside, you can reach out to the person because you know that actually if this person talks to him, he's going to listen. So that's why it's good you don't just marry anyhow. Before you get married to someone or before you get into a relationship, you should try and know the circle of friends or the persons that the person in question follows. You don't just go and marry somebody, a total stranger. You should have an idea of who is this person, who are the persons in his circle, stuff like that. Thank you.
So thank you so much for making this conversation very lively, and I hope to meet with you guys next month as we celebrate the Xmas food next month. So that's it. That's it for today. Thank you. That's it for the conversation. We'll continue every other time.
Mara's Hangout!